Hello, Durud and Shalom. Hi, everyone. Make sure you like the stream. How's my audio? Let me know in the chat. Guys, I might actually switch my stances today. You know, for a very long time, for a very, very long time, I have been against the Islamic Republic. I have been anti regime, anti the regime in Iran. And I had my reasons. But today, I might actually switch my position somewhat. Let me know how my audio is. Um, the reason why I am doubting my position against the Islamic Republic today is because recent evidence shows that a huge portion, a much bigger portion of the Islamic Republic are just Israel's spies. Yeah. And I don't know what percentage, but I'm going to describe to you some operations by Israel that can only be explained by maybe one out of every two regime person being Israeli spy. I cannot in good conscience be anti-regime. I mean, like I've been attacking many regime officials without being very careful. I mean, there might be there might be Mousad agents. I don't know. Like, I shouldn't be so. Every time we see somebody within the IRGC or some other regime official, we just assume without questioning. Like, guys, we need to do some self reflection here. We have been attacking them, calling them criminals, calling them the oppressor of Iranian people, calling them terrorists. And all this time, they just might have been a Mossad spy. They might have been on our team. So I should really apologize to any regime officials within the Islamic Republic that I have been insulting, attacking all these years without knowing that they were on our side. I sincerely apologize, and I will let you know why this is actually becoming such a major topic recently. I will describe to you some of the recent operations. But I don't know, man. Like even some of the people, like, they're telling me that Raifipur might be a spy, Ghani might be a spy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Pezeshkian has always been accused of being all the reformers. I don't know. Is Khamenei a spy? Guys, Israelis in the chat, can you, just between you and me, is Khamenei with you guys too? Like, that would, honestly, that would explain a lot. There's a lot of things that Khamenei says that doesn't make any sense. But if but if he's with you, and if he's trying to topple the regime, it will actually explain a whole lot. So, and let me know if Khamenei is on your side, because I have been attacking the man for a very long time. For more than a decade of activism has been dedicated to attacking these people. So I apologize in advance. Once the regime is toppled and we realize which one of these people were with us, I preemptively apologize to any regime officials that have been secret Zionists all this time. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and thank you for your services. So let me know. Let me actually tell you why. Okay, why I'm telling you this. Okay, before I go to the main operations that happened. So the 12-day war has ended. We're now waiting for phase two. Phase two, I pray upon Mousad. Guys, Mousad is our God here on this channel. Okay, I know a lot of you are believers. Okay, but the only we have two gods on this channel. I know this is an atheist channel, but we recognize the divinity of two entities. Okay, one is the YouTube algorithm, and the other one is Mousad. Okay, the YouTube algorithm, because it works in mysterious ways, and it strikes us down in ways that we never understand, and we pray to it. We try to appease it. We like the stream, because we try to, apparently that works. So like the stream, guys, that really helps. So it really works like a god. So we recognize its divinity. But the other one is Mousad, because it is really aware of things that no human should be aware of, and it actually talks like a god, because it tells terrorists that we are closer to you than your jugular vein, which is directly copied from a Quranic verse, right? So, so those are the two divine authorities that we recognize in this channel, and no one else. Maybe we should stop calling ourselves an atheist channel. I don't know. Yeah, Mossad is regional though, right? Yes, you're right. YouTube is a more universal god. Um. Anyways, let me tell you about first one operation that. So after the 12-day war finished, and now everyone, many people in Iran are just hoping and waiting for Israel to come for a second round and finish the job. There are so many Iranians that every time I go live on the Persian channel, the first of all, the main comment is insults to my mother, because there are a lot of pro-regime people who have discovered my Persian channel, and our chat live chat on the Persian channel has recently been filled with insults to my mom, who's passed away. But second to that, by the way, that's how the pro-regime people operate. They have no arguments; they just come and swear at you. But second to that, our anti-regime people, who the main question that they constantly ask me is my guess and my analysis on when Israel is going to do a second attack. And by the way, let me actually tell you, many Iranians, many anti-regime Iranians, are so upset and still are upset for why Israel did a ceasefire. Like, they were so hopeful that Israel is here to finish the job, and because the Islamic Republic is still in power, they are very sad, and a lot of them want me to tell them exactly when Israel is going to come back and basically take out Khamenei, right? So a lot of people are waiting. A lot of people are waiting. But in the meantime, a lot of new details are coming out from the 12-day war. That a lot of the operations, a lot of more reports, a lot of analysis, a lot of more evidence are coming out. A lot of people are leaking information, messages. So we're getting some juicy, like on the Persian channel, and on Persian media, and the analysts, Persian speaking analysts, are just going through these, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful. Like, guys, again, if you're Israeli, you should be proud. If you're Israeli, you should be so proud of your country, of your, especially your army, and your intelligence operations is so good, so good. And the fact that you have such a powerful army and such superior technology and economy and all of the experts that you have, it's easy to be patriotic if you're Israeli, honestly. It's really easy to be patriotic because, I mean, if you have such a powerful army, how could you not be patriotic, right? However, we on the Iranian side, we're like, all of this information is coming out, and let me actually tell you one, and then I'll go to the main event that I'm going to be describing today. One example was, uh, some of the heads of the regime were supposed to be meeting, and Israel knew that they are going to be showing up there, so that they were planning on bombing them. However, they it was already it was a secret meeting, so it's already semi impressive that Israel knew that the meeting was supposed to be happening, given that it was supposed to be a secret meeting. But the more interesting part is that one person showed up late. One person was not there yet. And Israel didn't bomb that meeting until he arrived. I don't know if you guys understand, because that means that Israel just didn't have information about the meeting. They had live second to second information regarding who was there. Somebody's late. He's not there yet. Let's wait until he shows up before we bomb the area. Getting information about a supposed secret meeting is one thing. Having up to date, to the minute information about what's happening at that area and a supposed uh, secret meeting, that's a level of intelligence that could, first of all, it's very impressive, but it's also could only be explained by having your people there among them. Like many analysts say, like are basically going through these are like, yeah, Israel has um, technological superiority, but technological superiority cannot explain this level of intelligence. This level of intelligence can only be explained with actually having many people within the regime that are feeding you information. So that's one. But let's go to the second event and the main event I actually want to talk to you about. Yeah, Jen's told. Yeah, actually, who are we kidding? It is Jen's. Yes, KL, you're right. It is Jen's. Oh, let me actually say hi to Heavy Gretel in the chat. Darko is here. Amir is here. Flying Robot Dog. Catius. I see all you beautiful people. Amir always here. Sam is here. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. And also, Heavy Gretel preemptively liked the stream, so thank you very much. And also, Jack was mentioning at the beginning of the stream, I liked now, and I have to hurry up to get back home to watch the stream. It would be better if you schedule several hours in advance so we don't accidentally miss the streams. Jack, you're right. I'm going to try to do that. Okay, no promises, but I will try to schedule the stream a few hours in advance so that you guys get the notification. I apologize. I'm working with a new schedule, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try my best, okay? But I will do that. I will try my best. Anyways, let's go to this second event on June 16, 2025. This is honestly, and even though, okay, so this I'm going to actually describe an operation, an attack that was done by Israel that was not successful. Okay, however, it is still impressive, even though it was not successful, and it's making a lot of Iranians hopeful because this shows what Israel is planning to do and what it might actually try to finish what it has started on the second round. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. Okay, on June 16, 2025, Israel launched a precision strike on a high-level meeting held by the regime's Supreme National Security Council. For people who might not be aware, the Supreme National Security Council, I have to read the English because I know the Persian version is the Shoraya Ali Amniyat Milli, is basically the second most powerful decision-making body after Khamenei himself. Khamenei has direct oversight on it. It's filled with many IRGC members, but also the heads of the Ghalibaf, Ejei, and Pezeshkian, basically the president, the head of the judiciary, and also the head of the parliament. But it's mostly the main decision makers in that are IRGC people. But in the absence of Khamenei, the main decisions of the country is left to this entity, to this unit. Okay, so it's a very important, again, Shoraya Ali Amniyat Milli in English is called the Supreme National Security Council. It's good for you. It would be, if you're interested in politics in Iran, it's a good thing for you to know that council. Okay, so it was in Western Tehran, and it was apparently, according to Fars News Agency, which Israel has not denied. So the details might not be accurate because, again, Fars News Agency is a media outlet directly linked to the IRGC. So, however, this is very embarrassing So I believe them, at least with regards to the main points of the headline, especially because also Israel is not denying it. Okay. So they attacked this meeting, and it was supposed to be a secret. It was a highest level leadership meeting at the time of the war. Okay. And in that meeting, it was President Pezeshkian was there. Ejei, which is the Chief Justice, he was there, and Ghalibaf, which is the Speaker of the Parliament, or the Majlis as we call it in Iran, he was in there, and they did not die. They did not die. They were apparently 6 bombs or missiles were fired at that area at the meeting. They targeted the entrance and exits, of the underground command center. The attack was precise and focused. It wasn't a general bombing, and actually they're admitting this, that they didn't just generally bomb that area. They were trying to go for a precise attack that was intended to just kill the regime's top leaders and nobody else. They were trying to reduce civilian casualties. And the fact that they attempted to reduce civilian casualties is the reason why these people are alive today. Let me tell you why this is significant. This attack that now we are actually only now hearing about the details of it, if it was successful, if this attack was successful, I would say it would be very likely right now that we on this live stream right now with you guys, we were speaking about post-Islamic Republic Iran. Like right now, if that attack on June 16th actually did manage to take out those 3 people, the amount of chaos within the regime would have been so high that it is very likely that right now, as we're speaking, we were already in the post-Islamic Republic period. That's how significant this attack is. The reason why many Iranian people are happy about this news is because it shows that the intent of Israel seems to be regime change if they're going for these types of people. And also so this was not successful. This attack was not successful. However, Israel has a history of not letting a job to remain unfinished. Throughout history, when Israel tried to take out somebody and they weren't successful, they eventually came back and finished the job. So if Israel's history is anything to go by, Israel will be, if these people were targets, that means that they're living on borrowed time. Is that a right way to say that? Yes. By the way, guys, if there are any super chats, I will respond to any super chats if there's anybody who wants to ask me anything with super chats. Super chats are a very effective way of supporting the channel. Also memberships. But by the way, guys, I know a lot of you want to support the channel without financially supporting the channel. You could like the streams, right? So let me actually give you more details. Okay, so another important point, guys. Israel is in the chat. Israel, you know how the world keeps criticizing or attacking Israel because they think that they are too aggressive when it comes to, and there are too many civilian people die. I think Israel, if the way I like to criticize Israel is that sometimes they actually the standards that they have put on themselves sometimes is too limiting. So I actually have the opposite criticism for Israel, because Israel actually has a history of sometimes using smaller bombs trying to do precision targeting, and the terrorists actually managed to get away because Israel was trying to reduce civilian casualties. But because that terrorist got away, the civilian casualties actually ended up being higher. This is what anti-Israeli people don't understand. Sometimes Israel uses a bigger bomb instead of a precise bomb to make sure the terrorist that they're targeting actually dies. And a lot of people criticize Israel because too many civilians died. But what they don't take into account is that Israel has a history of trying to use smaller missiles to reduce civilian casualties, and the result was sometimes more civilians died because that terrorist was left alive, and that terrorist ended up doing something terroristic that killed more civilians. And if you know any examples of that, I remember specifically of a couple of examples like that in Israel's history. Let me know in the chat. However, this is not one of those examples. Oh, okay. We got 2 super chats. Oh, first of all, thank you so much, Mahdi, getting 5 memberships for people in the chat. I really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you so much. This is very generous. Yeah, guys, I will read any. And we got a super chat as well from Jimmy the Jinn, saying, on Jinn, the Islamic Republic has Jinn, but they are the crappy ones. Israel's jinns are stronger, and Netanyahu himself is way stronger than Khamenei. Iran is full of spies, but Khamenei is not one. Okay, well, thank you so much, Jimmy the Jinn. I mean, you must know you seem to be a Jinn, and I trust that you have good information. Okay, this is the only reason why Mousad has this much knowledge. At the beginning of the stream, I said that Mousad knows things that no human has any business knowing. This explains it, because jinns are not human. Oh, yeah, look at this. The Free Palestine people showed up. Yeah, guys, somebody saying Free Palestine, and you always remind them that we completely agree with that. We don't call it Palestine because we don't believe in the name Palestine. But those people that you call Palestinians, yes, we want to free them from Hamas and from Islam. That's the response you should give to those people. They showed up. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, eventually they come here. Yeah, they usually come, half an hour into the show, they show up. Free shipping, yes. No, another response to Free Palestine should be when the people say Free Palestine, like, yeah, I'll take it. Is the shipping also free, or do I have to come pick up Palestine myself? Yeah, that might be a trick. They say Free Palestine, so you're like, okay, Free Palestine, I'll take it. If it's free, I'll take it. But then they will charge you with shipping costs. So be careful with that. Okay, so let me actually go. That's actually a very important point, Amir. Thank you so much. That's important. You're right. Does it come with free shipping? So they targeted the entrance. I don't know the entrance and the exit of that meeting. And also, by the way, this also shows that Israel is also after the reformers. Pezeshkian is the so-called reformer. So, and they were targeting him as well, which is fantastic. By the way, guys, I know it's not a high priority for Israel to go after the reformers, but I think it would be good if it becomes a high priority for Israel to go after the reformers. It's very important to go after the reformers, because if you take out the IRGC and the hardliners and the reformers stay, the reformers are more skilled at keeping the Islamic Republic alive than the hardliners. So by taking out the hardliners and leaving in the reformers, you basically have removed the only barriers for the reformers to basically save the Islamic Republic. Right now, the reason why the Islamic Republic is getting weaker and weaker and weaker is because the hardliners are not letting the reformers take the wheel and save the Islamic Republic. If you remove the hardliners, then the reformers will the reformers are more dangerous. And the hardliners are basically standing in their way. In this, the hardliners are actually helping us right now, not letting the reformers save the regime. So it's very important for any Israeli analyst to understand that the key reformer figures are actually a greater threat to the survival of the Islamic Republic than the hardliners. And the key people that you should be worried about are Hassan Rouhani, Hassan Khomeini, okay, the grandson of Khomeini, the founder of the regime. These are the reformers. Uh, who else is important? Zarif, Javad Zarif, Pezeshkian, and also people that you shouldn't be trusting is Musavi or Tajzadeh. These people, these are the names of the reformers that Rouhani needs to be taken out, and also Pezeshkian for sure. Yeah, and yeah, these people are they're more dangerous than the hardliners. They're more dangerous than Khamenei himself. So take that from me. Okay, so guys, Israelis in the chat, I am this channel is the best channel for you to understand, to have a detailed understanding of your main enemy. Okay, I'm teaching you, like, Israelis who are watching this channel, you have a better understanding of the inner politics of the Islamic Republic than your average Israeli. So make sure that you recommend my channel to more people. Oh, look at this. Somebody's calling me a traitor. Traitor to who? Why am I traitor? I'm actually a patriot to Iran, and I'm trying to help save Iran from the main enemy of Iran, which is the Islamic Republic. Oh, Mahdi is gifting another 5 memberships to people in the chat. Wow, that's very generous. Thank you. Guys, memberships are a very good way to support the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Second time gifting people in the chat. Oh, look at this. Somebody's saying, yeah, you are a rat. Why? What's your problem with rats? Rats are very smart, cute, intelligent creatures. I don't know what's your problem with rats. You want to insult me? Insult me. What do you have against rats? Okay. Yeah, clearly a rat hater. Guys, rats are actually very intelligent. Social animals, very intelligent. Okay. And the fact that they spread disease is not their fault. If you actually put them in a clean environment, they're actually very, very cute. Okay, the leaders. Okay, so how did they survive? The leaders escaped through an emergency hatch reportedly designed exactly for such a scenario. The president, Pezeshkian, injured his leg during the escape. Oh. The precision of the attack suggests that someone inside the regime have leaked key intelligence, possibly an infiltrator. Thank you, whoever that person is. Thank you for your service. Like, that is a very risky job. I don't know what the hell they would do to you if they figure out who you are. But you are, whoever you are within the regime, every single person within the Islamic Republic that is actually a spy, these are the heroes of our time. Like, these are the best of Mousad. Like, I mean, guys, seriously. So whenever you say Mossad, most people think about Israeli Jewish people that are working in Tel Aviv. You have to understand that when we say Mossad, many of the people we're talking about are Iranians working in Tehran. Okay. These are, like, remember that, like, a big portion of Mossad are Iranians working in Tehran as we're speaking right now. And these people are heroes. I mean, I thank the service of Mossad agents that are working in Tel Aviv, but honestly, they're not risking their lives as much as every single Mossad agent that is risking their lives to free their country from inside within the walls of government building. We should be thanking them. Oh, look at this. Guys, people showed up. They say, free, free Palestine. Again, we'll take Palestine if it's free, but only if the shipping is free as well. Okay? Don't, this could be a scam, guys. I'll have to be careful with the shipping cost. As Amir warned us about this. Okay? Every time they see a free, free Palestine, that could be a scam. All the price might be within the shipping cost. Yes. Yeah, also fee, hidden fees. Oh, he keeps on saying free, free Palestine. Yeah, see? No information regarding the fees and the shipping costs. I think there's a scam happening here. Be careful with that. Okay. So why is this important? This was not just a missile attack. This was a decapitation strike meant to destroy the core of the regime's leadership. Basically, unaliving the heads of all three branches of the government in one strike would have paralyzed the Islamic Republic. So, because they escaped, the mission is now considered incomplete, not failed. The mission is not has not failed because it's not over until it's over. This is a temporary ceasefire right now that we're in, likely because the operation didn't fully succeed. But Israel, again, all the people, every single terrorist, at least most of the terrorists that Israel has targeted and missed, eventually were taken out by Israel. So Israel has a good track record when it comes to taking out its enemies. Oh, we got another super chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the super chat. I will respond to super chats during the stream. Graham is saying, "Oh no, Bibi is targeting regime judges. He really must be a dictator." Yes. Oh, by the way, regime judges are some of the best targets, especially Ejei, because these are the people who pass out death sentences, like it's nothing against the Iranian people. So taking out judges is something that is going to make a lot of Iranian people happy. By the way, guys, the idea that the Iranian people had a rally around the flag effect is disappearing very fast. So right now, at the beginning of the war, because the pro-Israeli people cannot speak from within Iran, and the regime was very desperate to show that the Iranian people are not going to stand with Israel. They basically gave anybody that was acting like they were anti-regime, but now they're also anti-Israel, and they're going back to the regime, a megaphone. And the regime was successful by doing that. The regime was successful in creating the impression that the Iranian people, because of the attack, are going back to the regime, going against Israel and back to the regime. And unfortunately, a lot of Western media picked that up because the leftist media picked up that narrative, and it's very unfair because the anti-regime if you're pro-Israeli in Iran and you express that, they will hunt you down. Like right now, as we speak in Iran, they're even hunting down people that didn't even express any pro-Israeli attitude, but they were just complaining about the war online, and they're hunting them down and they're calling them Israeli spies just because they were complaining. So a lot of Iranians knew that basically saying anything pro-Israel or welcoming the war is very, very risky. But a lot of Western media was saying like, oh, look, Iranian people were actually defending the regime when this happened. That is such an unfair narrative, given that the people who were celebrating the war were not able to speak, but the people who might have that narrative, the regime was giving them a megaphone. But now and that was the initial shock reaction that the regime was having to the war. But now that the social media, many days after the, like, as people go evaluate what happened, most of the social media analysis right now is F whoever was anti-Israeli during this war. Like now, the pro-Israeli people have regained the upper ground, and they're basically dominating all of the discussions everywhere that I see, because they were trying to sell us pro-Israelis as traitors, as people who are against the country, who are betraying the country, and every single one of those arguments have been destroyed online. And there is a wave of, because that was a quick thing to say, like, oh, these are traitors, of course we have to support our country when it's being attacked, and we should go with the regime even if we don't like the regime. That was like a quick reaction at the beginning that the regime was spreading. But now, all of those initial posts, there's a wave of responses and condemnation of these shallow takes. And they are, everybody that had those posts, like there's mockery, they're being memed, they're being, the arguments against how naive and how stupid those takes were is now dominating the Persian social media space. So even I at the beginning thought, like, what the hell, where is all of this bullshit coming from? Why are some people suggesting that, oh, I used to be for Israel but I'm not? And it was apparently a fake. It was fake. It was the regime. By the way, the regime, for example, we have proven that the regime like hires people who have non-religious clothing and women with that, the hijab, to come and say stuff like this, like, oh, until yesterday I was anti-regime, but today because Israel attacked, now I'm for regime. And even some of the pro-regime people are calling it out, like, why are you hiring these people? We don't like these non-hijabi or people with these styles and stuff like that. So again, there's a lot of drama happening there, but I'm just happy to report that the pendulum has completely shifted back to our side, and now we have the upper hand again. So just a good news regarding that. Okay. So let me continue with this. So why was this attack so important? Again, this was the attack on the Shoraya Ali Amniyat Milli, which is again, it's the Supreme National Security Council. Okay. So we were thinking that if this attack happened, if this was successful, this would probably be the end of the regime. And it also suggests that because if they're even going for Ghalibaf, Ejei, and Pezeshkian, that means that some of these people are like considered red lines that Israel does not even care about these red lines anymore. So that means Khamenei would have obviously been also taken out if Israel had the chance. Because you wouldn't go after Ejei, Ghalibaf, and Pezeshkian unless you're trying to do regime change. And if you're trying to do regime change, then the main guy that you need to take out is Khamenei. So if Israel is saying, a lot of analysis is now suggesting that Israel is regretting the fact that they didn't take out Khamenei when they had the chance. So I hope they don't miss the opportunity the next time they get in there. It's very important for Khamenei to be taken out, guys. If Khamenei is taken out, there is no force within Iran left that could hold the Islamic Republic together. It's just the life of this just one man is the key. This one guy, basically, this one guy being taken out unlocks everything that we have been waiting for. So a lot of analysis suggests that this is just a pause. They haven't abandoned. This is just a pause in Israel's operations in Iran. Again, I'm not sure if this is right, but every single analyst that I'm following, whether they're pro-regime, they're anti-regime Iranians, pro-regime Iranians, Israeli analysts, American analysts, British analysts, every single one of them are suggesting that this is just a pause, and we're going to see round two. It's very likely that we're going to see round two and maybe round three coming pretty soon. I don't know if this is true, but that's what everybody is saying. And there's a belief that a much bigger attack is coming. And again, much bigger, I'm not talking about the intensity of the bombardment, but I'm talking more about much bigger regarding the result. like the targets being much more important. So this was just one chapter in a much longer strategy. And there's a lot of signs. Western media is talking, a lot of Western media is now talking about signs that the war is not over. Specifically, they are emphasizing 4 signs that both sides are rapidly rearming. The regime's nuclear program remains ambiguous. Trump and Netanyahu are now more aligned recently relative to before. There are some signals from both Israeli officials and American officials who are in those meetings. They seem to be suggesting that Netanyahu and Trump are a little bit more aligned right now. There's a lot of things that the isolationist MAGA is doing wrong, thankfully, that is pushing Trump more into the direction of Netanyahu. And by the way, I talked about one of those things yesterday in our previous live stream regarding openly criticizing Trump regarding the Fordo attack. But one thing I haven't been talking about is Epstein and how that the whole Epstein situation might actually help us out in increasing the likelihood of Israel being giving the green light. Yeah, I know Amir is saying question mark, like what? How does this got to do? What does Epstein got to do with Israel going back to Tehran? Yes. Do you guys want me to do a stream on this? Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow I'll do a stream explaining this. Yes, okay, okay, I will explain this. It's very interesting what's happening in America with the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation and why that actually work in our favor. Oh, Sam is saying who's Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein? Do I need to introduce it? Okay, I will maybe tomorrow shows I will in tomorrow's show I will explain that as well, who he is and why it's important. Okay. So Trump and Netanyahu are more aligned, and here's an interesting thing: the fourth reason why United States is more likely to give a green light to Netanyahu to go finish the job. The fourth reason is the Houthis, but also they're not talking about the fifth reason, which I already discussed, which is that the Islamic Republic is becoming more hostile personally against Trump, which is a really bad idea. I mean, look, this is why I love the hardliners. I mean, thank you, Khamenei. Thank you, hardliners. I'm not really kidding. I'm not joking. Seriously, these people are saving us because for the Islamic Republic right now to survive, they just need to chill for a bit. The reformers know that they should basically take advantage of the divide between Americans regarding the Israel situation if they want Trump not to support Israel to do another wave of attacks. The reformers know that. And that's why it's such a bad idea for the Islamic Republic at this moment to take an anti-Trump position. So, for example, Pezeshkian went on Tucker Carlson to basically suggest that we're not even anti-American, we're just anti-Israeli. But thankfully, the hardliners completely destroyed those plans by coming in and directly, personally attacking Trump and raising money for his assassination. Again, when I say thankfully, YouTube, I'm just saying that we're against terrorism, we're against violence. We're just saying that these people are such idiots that they're going to make Trump actually align with Netanyahu even more. This is why basically the hardliners are working on our side. They're helping us. And again, this is not because they're idiots. It's just because they have an idiot base of followers that will not tolerate the regime doing anything else. So we saw Larijani, one of the Larijani brothers within Iran, actually coming out and saying that they're going to be targeting the belly button of Trump when he's tanning with a drone, oddly specific. And Trump heard about that. So these are all work in our favor when it comes to aligning Netanyahu and Trump with regards to the Islamic Republic. However, the Houthis now are also seem to be working on our team. Oh, Danny's saying I saw that on memory. Okay, that's good that you guys are seeing that. The Houthis have done something quite new. This is odd that the Houthis are doing this. So this part is not new. I'll tell you the part that is not new. At the worst time for the Islamic Republic, they have started attacking ships again and sinking them. Exactly when the Islamic Republic is supposed to chill the F out so that Trump doesn't give the green light to Netanyahu, the Houthis just showed up and they're just sinking ships again. Right at the moment that the Islamic Republic and its proxies need to chill the F out so that there's no unity in the West for Israel to basically topple the regime. They just gone more aggressive. But here's the part that is new. Yeah, exactly. Darkness and with friends like that, exactly. But let me because we might joke that the Houthis seems to be anti the Islamic Republic. Like, why are you doing this right now? Do you know how inconvenient this is for the Islamic Republic? But here's another thing that the Houthis are doing, which is quite new, which makes me very suspicious that they might actually be anti the Islamic Republic, because they use some missiles, and for the first time, unlike before, they actually are mentioning the missile. They're using a Zulfagar missile, and which is an Islamic Republic missile, and basically admitting that they got that missile from the Islamic Republic. They never did that. The Islamic Republic, I mean, everybody knows that they get their missiles from the Islamic Republic, but they always had a plausible deniability. The Islamic Republic never admits that. And the Islamic Republic is like, oh, we don't know. Like they're just doing this themselves. Like they're just very powerful. Like we clap for them, we pray for them, but we're not arming them. They're just doing it themselves. And the Houthis like, yeah, we just figured this out ourselves. And everybody knew this was a lie, but at least they never admitted it. And now the Houthis are, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're like backstabbing the Islamic Republic right in the middle of a situation that works best for the Islamic Republic to come and say, like, okay, we're actually well behaving civilized people. The Houthis are sinking ships, and they're like, hey, guess what? These are missiles given to us directly by the Islamic Republic. For the first time, they're saying that, as if they're trying to unite the world against the Islamic Republic at this crucial time. It's so bizarre. Why now you're doing this? Like, Heavy Girl saying that's actually really funny. Yeah, that is like, it seemed like, what the hell are you doing? Okay, so oh guys, there's something really funny I will show you soon, but before I get to that, let me tell you a couple of things. So the US military response kind of suggests that something might be coming. There are 3 aircraft carriers which were deployed into the region, and that's a huge signal. 3 aircraft carriers in the region by United States, that's a big deal. 3 of them at the same time, right? And CENTCOM was also placed on high alert, U.S. Central Command, anticipating a possible second round of Israeli or even joint U.S.-Israeli strikes. So the fact that they're on high alert, that also suggests that something might be happening. So let me tell you some of the reactions by officials within the regime. Arakchi, which is the foreign minister, he called the attack on the Shorei Aliyah Nitimili. I always forget the English version. The Supreme Security Council, National Security Council. I think that's the English version. He calls that an act of aggression, but he also claimed that the regime would retaliate. I'd like to see them try. I hope you do that. Okay. Another Larijani, another one of the Larijani brothers, Ali Larijani this time, because there's like 3 Larijani brothers, and they all have very important positions within the Islamic Republic. Okay, he actually admitted that Israel has contacted the regime officials and told them, the regime officials, many of them directly, Israel has contacted them and said that ask them to surrender or face destruction, which shows that the Israelis have basically told the regime officials that, yeah, we're going to topple the regime. But here's the most interesting part. Okay, this is the funny part. Mehdi Mohammadi, which is a senior security analyst, and the advisor of Ghalibaf himself, which is the speaker of the parliament or the majlis. This is a very senior person. When it comes to security analysts, he's one of the highest up there. Okay. He has posted a story on his Instagram. Do you guys want me to show you the picture that he posted as a story on his Instagram? You guys want me to show you? Again, so I'm looking at his Twitter bio. He says Iranian national security analyst. And again, he's the direct analyst. مشاور in Persian. He's writing مشاور رئیس مجلس در مورد در امور راهبردی. رئیس مجلس means the head of the parliament, and the head of the parliament is Ghalibaf. Okay, so Jury Samantha is saying yes. Yeah, people are saying yes, show it. Okay, so let me show you what he has posted on his Instagram. Okay, there's a little bit of detail about this that some of you might be missing, but let me explain. Okay. Oh, Kathy is saying I saw. Okay. So first of all, you obviously you see two mushroom clouds on the map of Israel, and obviously, again, this is an examples of the hardliners doing our job and making it clear that no amount of defeating the Islamic Republic will make these people behave. He just posted that. This is quite recent. This is less than a day old. Okay, just basically making it clear to the Americans that you thinking that because you humiliated them in war, that means that they're going to behave now and they're going to come on the table and now behave like a civilized country that understands that they cannot be this aggressive. No, they right after all that humiliation, they come with, again, this is a high security official within the regime that is posting them a story. But that's not the only reason why I'm showing you this. Not just because it confirms everything I'm saying. Tell me in the chat, what is wrong? I mean, about this picture, like from the perspective of a pro-regime official, do you guys see what the issue with this is? I mean, other than the fact that it's obviously evil and genocidal and all of that. Yes, thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny, in the chat. Basically, they dropped an atomic bomb on Palestinians, according to this, on the so-called Palestinians. They bombed the West Bank. They bombed the West Bank. That's right. That's right up there on the upper right corner. Why are you doing genocide, guys? Like, I take it back. I used to say nobody would like the genocide on Palestinians is a lie. Nobody is trying to do a genocide on Palestinians, but I think I'm wrong. I was wrong. Apparently, the Islamic Republic is trying to commit genocide on Palestinians. I'm sorry to the so-called Palestinians that I kept on claiming that nobody is trying to do a genocide on you. Apparently, the Islamic Republic is promising to drop an atomic bomb on your head. Like, how is it, guys? Can you explain to me how is such a senior security analyst of the regime, do they not know where the West Bank is? Like, these are the people. Like, do you not understand? Do you not know the map? Do you not know where things are? Yeah, Amir saying it's so embarrassing. I mean, he was called out by so many people who are so-called pro-Palestinian. Like, what the hell? Like, are you? Why are you celebrating this? What the hell is this? Oh, somebody in the chat just realized that I'm pro-Israel. Oh no. Oh no. The shock. We're like, oh my God. Yes. Oh, by the way, speaking of being pro-Israeli, I just got a super chat from Israel, which I love, by the way. I love the super chats from Israel a lot because for years I used to be told that Armin, you're Zionist funded. And I used to say, like, sadly, I'm not. But these days, I don't have to say that anymore because I am actually Zionist funded. Ginga saying the Houthis are using khat. It's their superpower. What is oh hot? The thing that they chew in their head. Oh, okay. Is that what that is? Let me look. Is that how you call it in English? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, the thing that they chew. What is that thing? It looks so weird. They look so like I don't know the images. It looks so weird when they have this thing in their mouth and they're chewing on. It's just so weird. It's just, that whole area is just so weird. Sometimes I think like this cannot be real. Yeah. All right, guys. This is all the update that I had for you guys. Do you guys like this? Do you guys like it that I bring it that I focus on a lot of because I think this is where this channel excels. This channel I'm bringing stuff about the Islamic because I know a lot about the Islamic Republic. So I'm bringing you daily updates about the internal drama that in a way that you will not get anywhere else. Like I challenge you, find me another English live stream that is bringing you daily updates regarding the internal politics of the Islamic Republic like we do. And it's just so much fun. It's just so crazy that it's just in you know it's very informative, but it's also interesting. Oh, Chris saying yes, bring the updates. Okay, let me know if you enjoy these types of streams. Oh, we got a super chat, another super chat from Israel, Zionist super chat. Thank you so much for that. Saying, hey, can you explain what's up with Catherine Shackdam? Oh, by the way, Catherine Shackdam, I have a couple of shows with her. Is there an actual IRGC manhunt for her? Okay, so Catherine Shackdam is a scapegoat now these days. Okay, a lot of the things that they're saying about her is just, I think they're lies. It's just the government is now desperate. So basically, they're using guys. Do you know who Catherine Shackdam is, or do I need to explain? Catherine Shackdam is a French Jewish journalist who went to Iran, became Shia, became very religious, was celebrated as a white woman, as a Shia white woman, became very influential, even met Khamenei, and then she eventually left Iran and came and exposed a lot of their BS. Okay, I met with her in London, um, and she also, I also had a couple of shows with her in both English and also with a translator on the Persian channel. Okay, so Catherine Shackdam is now that she's not in Iran anymore, and she became Shia, and now she's now left Shia Islam, and she's anti-Shia now. But a lot of the Islamic Republic officials like to blame her for everything, saying that she was the spy and she's the one that who came in and basically took away all our secrets. She slept with 120, if I remember correctly, last time. They say that Catherine Shackdam slept with 120 of the highest officials. I don't know if that number is correct. I just know it was above 100 above 100. Okay, she basically slept with more than 100 of the highest regime officials, took away the secrets, took it out, gave it to Israel, and this is why all of this is happening to us. Again, it's basically the same as the Jinn story. So, given how the Islamic Republic is being humiliated, and these Shias don't want to accept that they're actually inferior and they're actually pathetically weak, they blame it on jinns. They first tried to go. They first basically initially they were trying to pretend that they're actually winning this war, claiming that they took out F-35s, claiming that they turned Tel Aviv into rubble. But now a lot of new information is coming out showing that all of that was BS, and even the pro-regime people are realizing that that was BS. So they're just basically, instead of acting like they were very powerful, they now need to go and find excuses like Jens and Catherine Shackdam and other stuff like that. Okay, but the good thing is that they're pointing fingers at each other, blaming each other for their weakness, which is good for us because this will bring down the regime faster. Rachel with the super chat from Israel. Thank you so much. By the way, guys, I always thought that the symbol for shekels always looks like a Mayan symbol to me. Am I like it doesn't look Am I crazy? Like, am I, I I will never stop seeing that. Okay, every time I see the symbol for shekel, I'm like, how is this Hebrew? This is looks like something that I will find in a Mayan calendar. Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. Rocks, rocks. Thank you so much for the super chat saying, "Hi Armin, I just came to the stream. What happened?" Okay, well, go watch it on double speed from the beginning. The short story is that new information came out regarding a major operation by Israel, trying to that first of all try to take out the some of the senior people within the regime, some of the senior political people within the regime, because they already were successful when it comes to taking out all of the senior military officials of the regime, which were the heads of the RGC. But we basically went over the details of Israel actually targeting the senior political heads of the regime, which wasn't successful. But the details of it shows a major um, int- uh, basically spy network within the Iranian regime by Mousad. So that was the summary of what happened. But thank you for the super chat, Rex. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, this is great. We got so many super chats. Ging guy saying, any update on Iranian Jews who have been arrested? I haven't seen any more updates yet, other than the ones that I had before. Maybe I will look into it. So no, I just basically was on the news a couple of days ago that the regime was basically arresting many people, and they were specifically also targeting Jews and Baha'is. But other than that initial news, I haven't heard anything after that. If I do, I will let you guys know. I don't think there's any update to that, but if I do hear any update, I will let you guys know. Okay. And then we got another super chat. Thank you so much for this. Thank for your mom. My mom has passed away, but oh, maybe because of that. I don't know. But thank you for that. Is that X a kiss? We'll kiss back right back at you. Mwah. Thank you so much. Flip flopping around. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. By the way, speaking of my mom, I can tell you that my mom was very proud of Atheist Republic. She really supported Atheist Republic. She really believed in it. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go out, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to support this channel. Don't by subscribing and hitting the bell notification. It's very important to hit the bell notification. As you can see, guys, if we're going live and you're not getting a notification, oh, let me actually respond to Jack. Jack is saying, Armin, are you an optimist about the future of Israel and Iran? Very optimistic. Okay, so it's not the question is when. For me, the question is not if, the question is when. So we're fighting for it to happen sooner. It might take a while, it might happen soon, it might take a long time, but eventually I am very optimistic. Okay, so let's leave on an optimistic note. But regarding notifications, guys, subscribing to this channel is not enough. The YouTube is not going to tell you when are we going live if you don't hit the bell notification. And even if you hit the bell notification, you have to actually click the all button for YouTube to actually do anything. And even then, if you have hit the bell notification on too many channels, it might not actually tell you. Okay, so there's so many elements. Oh, by the way, guys, I am trying to get invited onto major big YouTube channels and podcasts. Please send them my email and tell them that they have to contact me and invite me. Okay, again, only channels with big audiences, because I need to use my time very effectively. So that's my email. Please, if you want to help this channel with that, and this doesn't cost you anything, just like maybe contact major channels with good audience or any podcast and tell them that, or actually mainstream media, or like Israeli news. Oh my god, like channel 12, whatever Israeli shows that you have on TV. If they contact me and talk to me, that would be very good. That would be very good. It will increase our channel's visibility and credibility. So please help me out with that, okay? Israeli media, if they contact me and talk to me, that would be great. All right. Yeah, channel 12 would be great. Yes, guys, Israelis, please make it happen for me. Please, please, please. Oh, yeah, Colette has a YouTube channel. Yeah, and I'm supposed to make a YouTube video for the Colette as well. So I'm actually going to do that right after the stream. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Don't forget to like. I'm Israel Chai. Javid Shah. Mwah. Till next show.